What famous person didn't deserve all the hate that they got? Edgar Allan Poe. Everyone hates on him for marrying his underage cousin. But they never look into it. He only married her because she was betrothed to an old obese man that she didn't want to marry. He never touched her as a husband touches a wife. And they slept in completely different rooms. Salieri. Pretty chill dude. Mozart's biggest supporter. Lent him his librettista so he could write Figaro. Took care of Mozart's kid after he passed away. Ignaz Philipp Semmelweis. He was a Hungarian physician and scientist. Described as the savior of mothers. He proposed the practice of washing hands with chlorinated lime solutions in 1847 while working in Vienna General Hospital's first obstetrical clinic, where doctors' wards had 3 times the mortality of midwives' wards. Some doctors were offended at the suggestion that they should wash their hands and mocked him for it. In 1865 he allegedly suffered a nervous breakdown and was committed to an asylum by his colleagues. In the asylum he was beaten by the guards. He died 14 days later from a gangrenous wound on his right hand that may have been caused by the beating. His findings earned widespread acceptance only years after his death, when Louis Pasteur confirmed the germ theory. Natasha Kampusch. She was kidnapped in Vienna, Austria on her way to school when she was 8 years old and held captive in a secret bunker for 10 years. She managed to escape and her abuser killed himself the same day. Sadly, the public seems to hate her because she refused to talk publicly about the details of her sexual abuse. A dingo ate me baby. https en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/death_of_Azaria_Chamberlain. Parents of Azaria were ridiculed and hounded by the press, and the grieving mother's statement became a pop culture reference. They were accused of murdering their child. Many years later it was finally proven that a dingo had, in fact, eaten their baby. Lindsay Lohan overworked and pimped out by her parents. Americans. What do Europeans have every day that you see as a luxury? Guaranteed 4+ weeks of vacation. And the fact that they are encouraged to take the vacation instead of being made to feel that it's a burden to the employer that you go on vacation. This is only really true for Southern Europe. But cheap wine by the glass, cheap coffee and pastries. Cafes in the US are marketed as very trendy, and if you want a pastry and a coffee you should be ready to pay like $8 to $10. In most of Italy, Portugal and Spain you can get coffee and a croissant for like €3. Affordable universities. Our daughter is going to university in Scotland. Our US friends always respond with shock at the luxury of going overseas for school until I tell them it's 1/2 the cost of an equivalent US college. That includes travel expenses. Being able to walk around town with a beer is awesome. Public transportation in non-huge cities is also awesome. Readily available and reliable public transportation. Bathroom stalls that actually go to the floor. I don't need to know what shoes the guy taking a shit next to me has on. What is your view on construction workers taking a dump in your bathroom while they're on the job? In your house? Better than them doing it in one of the other rooms. That's for sure. That's what the bathroom is for. Where the hell else are they gonna go? As long as they flush, obviously they can. What kind of question is this? Should I tell them they need to shit in the backyard with my dog? Obviously, if they need to go, they should use the bathroom. As a lifelong construction worker, I assure you that's the last thing any of us want to do, and we'll do just about anything to avoid it. As long as I can be part of the turbo team, I'm cool with it. What kind of entitled scumbag would forbid tradesmen from using the restroom? What song makes you feel like an unstoppable badass every time you listen to it? Mick Gordon, Doom. The only thing they fear is you. Holy Diver, Dio. The Ultimate Warrior's entrance music. Pretty sure I could have personally captured Saddam if I'd had that on repeat. I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. Cochise by Audioslave. Radar Love. What makes you the angriest? My sister called me crying, telling me she's suicidal because our mother pressured her into an abortion. After hours of consoling her and being supportive, I hang up the phone and immediately call my mother to give her a piece of my mind. She responds, "What are you talking about? Your sister is right here. And she's still pregnant. Here, you talk to her." Single quote. She responds, "I just wanted to know what you would say." Dealing with people who show no sense of responsibility or accountability. You know when you are walking down the sidewalk and the sidewalk is just wide enough for 2.5 people. And then you see two people walking towards you in your direction. But rather than temporarily falling into a single file line, they stay walking next to each other. And you have to step off the sidewalk? Yeah, that. The rape or molestation of a child. My mom had stage 4 lung cancer. Before she passed, I spent a year and a half taking care of her. I lost track of the number of hospitals we went to, or the number of times I woke up at 5 a.m., fought traffic, etc., just to bring her to chemo, cooked for her, managed her medications and later on, her hospice needs, etc. If you've had to take care of a cancer patient, you know the drill. My dad did the same for my mom too, when he wasn't overseas with his mistress. A few months after she passed, my dad tried to guilt-trip me into moving myself and my wife back to his house by saying that I haven't done anything for the family. I went ballistic and smashed up the garage. He never brought it up again. As an introvert, when someone says, "Why are you so quiet? What do you consider a holy trinity?" Phone, keys, wallet. Bob Ross, Steve Irwin, and Mr. Rogers. Subscribe, my brothers.